Howdy, welcome to BanjoBenClark.com. I am Banjo Ben, your host on the website that teaches you how to play guitar and mandolin, and this week is Banjo Week. Did something fun this week. Over on my Banjo Ben Facebook page, I asked y'all if you would submit licks that you wanted to learn how to play. So I had lots of submissions, but I narrowed it down to 5 that I thought were really useful and fun. I'm going to teach you how to play those today. But more than just teach you how to play the licks, we're also going to talk about how to use them in different songs, in solos, and especially in backup, which is where a lot of us need a lot of help, okay? So if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, here in a moment, I'll ask you to come over to the website, BanjoBenClark.com. You can purchase a Gold Pick membership, which allows you access to all of my videos, hundreds of them, as well as tabs and MP3s. I want to make you a better picker, and this week's lesson is one way to do that. Let's dive into this first backup lick. First of all, I want to thank all of you for your submissions into my first edition of Facebook Bag of Licks. I had lots of licks that were submitted. I asked you on my Facebook page if you would submit licks that you didn't know how to play, or maybe you wanted to learn how to play, maybe you couldn't quite figure it out. So I chose 5, I narrowed it down to 5 that I thought would be the most useful and the most fun to play, and I want to show you those today. Now the first one that we're going to look at is a J.D. Crowe backup lick. This was submitted by John Mark Oliver. Let's go ahead and throw the tab up there. First thing you'll notice that beneath each one of the notes I have our pick hand fingering, so a T would stand for thumb, and 1 would stand for index, 2 would stand for middle. We're going to do all of these out of the key of G, open, standard G tuning with no capo. This lick, just to remind you what it sounds like. Okay, so it's got 2 measures of D, and then it goes back to 2 measures of G. Okay, but of course we have some unique J.D. Crowe tricks in there. So what I want you to do first, we're going to go up to the 10th and 12th frets here. We're going to grab our D position, partial D chord. So that means with our middle finger we grab the 11th fret of the 3rd string. Then with our index the 10th fret, and with our pinky I want you to grab the 12th fret. So the notes sound like this. And I slide into it. But we're going to do 3 forward rolls in a row. Then we're going to hit another thumb and measure 3. But now we're going to play 2 strings at once. We're going to do a pinch, a few pinches here, with our 1st and 2nd fingers. And the first pinch that we're going to do there, measure 3, I want you to take that ring finger that's not down anywhere, and we're going to place it down the 12th fret of the 2nd string, and we're going to play those 2 together. Then come back to that thumb, and then we release our ring finger back to where it was, pinch, and then back to the 12th fret. Okay, so the middle part of that measure 3 sounds like this. Then we leave that down for 2 more notes. Okay, so let me just play measures 2 and 3 for you slowly. Now we're going back to the G chord, and we're going to start with a quarter note on our 5th string, and then on the 2nd beat I want you to slide quickly into the 8th fret of the 2nd string. I have it written there as an 8th note slide from 5th fret to 8th fret. You don't have to start on the 5th fret, just I want you to slide into it, but give this a full beat, so it's 1, 2, and then leave that down, and with our ring finger we'll play 9, and then 7, those are quarter notes, so measure 4 sounds like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, leave those 2 fingers down, then we're going into our full D shape, but it's a G chord here, so we have 9, 7, 8, 9. And that's where our lick in measure 5 is based out of. Measure 5 slowly sounds like this. And now, after I play those first 4 notes, I'm going to pick my ring finger up, move it to the 3rd string, play the 9th fret. And we're doing a little single string stuff here. 9, lift it, 7, which is pushed down by our index, and then back to 9. So measure 5 slowly sounds like this. Let me play the whole thing for you very slowly. Cool, so that's a really fun lick to play. Here's the cool thing about that is we don't have to go to a D chord first. If you're playing a song you want to use this lick, you could use that on a C chord too. If you had 2 measures of C that were going to back to 2 measures of G, it would look like this. Or let's say we had 2 measures of C going to 2 measures of D, then going to 2 measures of G. You could use those first 2 measures there, both over a C position and a D chord. So you see how handy this lick is, and that close position, that can work over any position. So even if you were going back to a G chord and you wanted to use it, you could do it down here. Or way up here. Good stuff. Okay, let's check out this Earl Scruggs backup lick next.